So Cody keeps begging me to do it, and I finally remembered it before I did it, because this is what I use to put my hair up. Because it's cool, but it doesn't last as long as I'd like it. So if you're gonna do it this way, you have to commit to have it up for like a good 3 or 4 days or more, because otherwise it's a pain in the butt to wash out. So to get this, it's like 32 pack is like $10 at Walmart. These are like, I don't even know, like $1, $2 over at Walmart. I use Tupperware to put all that shit in. You're gonna start out with about that much water. You're gonna fill it up to there. And I do it in 45-second intervals. When I heat up the water, it should be just hot enough so they're like, ah! And then your handy dandy little hairbrush. That way you brush all your shit out. A funnel, because this shit's gonna get hot. And you're gonna put this back into here. So I just use a funnel. What you'll do, you take this. I already put about that much water in it. Throw that shit in that sumbitch. I'll do about 45-second intervals. And then, you need a fork. You need a fork too, because that makes it easier to mix that shit. And then when I do this, it takes about 4 packets to do it. And I kind of need both hands for this part. You only do it like one piece at a time, otherwise it kind of gets clumpy. So do that, grab your fork, and then you're gonna kind of stir this in, like whisk it. You do it slowly, otherwise it gets clumpy, and that's bad because then it's a pain in the butt. It's kind of wasting material at that point. Super fun. And then remember, okay, when you finish putting all 4 packages in, you mix it all real nice and well. You're gonna have to heat that up again, because this really only works when it's like really hot. So when it's done, like ready, it should kind of look like that. Few clumps are alright, but you should try and get that as smooth as possible, because you don't want it to get caught in this thing. It is a pain in the butt to unclog, or otherwise you gotta buy a whole new one. It should be like almost too hot to keep your finger in there, so put it in another 45 seconds. And then this is the time, I guess, brush your hair and shit, because this stuff, you don't want to have to keep stopping what you're doing to keep reheating this. Sometimes you got to heat this up, because it'll get like dry jello in there and then it won't like squirt out right. That one you really only got to do like 10-15 seconds. Any more than that you might start melting plastic, and that's not so good. And then you grab this once it's all the right temperature, and you put that in. And then you gotta do this slowly, because you don't want it to overflow. Otherwise you gotta clean up hot jello off your counter or whatever. That's a pain in the butt. You measured it right though. It should be right at that line when you do put it in. And then screw it on. This should be warm enough that it like melts. The plastic's all hot. And you give it a few squirts. Come on. And there should come out with like a nice mist. That's how you know you did a good job. Now comes the part where we actually start doing this stuff. You're gonna want to section it off, or however you're gonna do it. I usually will try and start kind of further back. You get a little labor with that, and then you can do it like that. And it'll start standing up on its own. Oh, wear something like a sweater. You don't mind getting fucked up, because it will drip down you, because it won't always dry up when you put it on. Sometimes it'll drip, so you definitely want to be wearing protective clothing. Then like squirting in, and trying to rub it in so it doesn't look all fucked up. And I've been trying to get them like all that flippy forward where it's like a pew like that. So while you're pushing it, pulling it, go a little bit forward. kind of get it to where, however you like the front to look. I've been kind of getting it forward a lot more lately. Used to hate that look. Now I'm kind of getting into it. Kind of as you go along, you're gonna want to do this number, because this shit, once it starts settling, it will, if you're off, it will stay off. It's a real pain in the butt to fix shit once you start using this, because when this hardens, it will get hard. Like, I'll show you at the end, you can fucking punch this shit and it won't move. Because like, I'll have it up, because last year at Friar Rock, that's what I did when I did my Liberty spikes. That shit stayed up almost the whole entire festival. And I was in the pit every chance I got, as many of you saw, because I'm the reigning champ. By the way, that shit's coming back, so be ready, motherfuckers. You're gonna, like I said earlier, you're gonna want to keep reheating this shit. So I just did it again. It should be like, should be hot. It should be good. And then I'm gonna turn my music back on, because for some reason, whenever I click film, this shit will turn off. Also, these are cool speakers. Get the front how you like it. And working on the back, kind of pull everything up. Gonna turn that up. folk. Getting there. We're almost done on the last section. Kind of don't really have to worry quite as much about the tips while you're doing this. You're going to finish that later when we go again over. Yeah, so get it all. We're almost done. I like having it go all super pointy in the back too. Okay, now that you got it all up, now we put the finishing stuff on it, which, just go again. This time, you just kind of do the hole on do one side at a time, and kind of yeah, now we go on to the other side. Also, this is like the last chance. If you fuck something up and it's like crooked, last time chance to fix it is once you start going over it again, like all it's not moving. We're done. So, do the other side now. Okay, when you're all done, The way you'll know you're done is nothing will move. Like, it's not going anywhere. That's how you do it. You're gonna want to keep a sponge in case, and then get the hot water, because this shit will get like all over your hands and like your forehead and your back of your neck, and possibly your shoulders too. So what you do at that point, just let the water get all hot, and you're just gonna scrub a dub. So if you got sensitive skin, kind of sucks for you at this point, but my body's pretty much all callous. Thick skin and all that jazz. So now I got to scrub a dub. Do with all your leftovers is you're gonna take this and then you just dump the rest in the initial Tupperware you had. And you want to clean this out, so you kind of just put it into the water. Might need to microwave it a little bit. And with this, it's cool. You can just kind of throw that in the fridge or whatever. Or it's really cool if you want, because it's Jello. You can just eat this shit straight, because like it's Jello. So yes, that's it. And then when you're done, shit's not going anywhere. It'll stay up.